Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to talk about the brand new Marvel Zombies trailer. Obviously I'm going to talk about the entire series. It's kind of like a breakdown of the trailer, but I'm also going to give my thoughts and obviously the overall explanation to this origin, or to its origin obviously. Because obviously Marvel Zombies is one of Marvel's darkest and most twisted alternate universes. A grotesque reimagining of beloved heroes as flesh-eating monsters like The Walking Dead. Obviously today I'm going to talk about, like I said, the show, the trailer, the origins, the characters, the adaptation, and the wild fan theories. So Marvel Zombies began in Ultimate Fantastic for number 21, from 2005, where Reed Richards contacts a parallel Earth, Earth 2149, overrun by zombified superheroes. This spawned a sprawling meta series. Marvel Zombies, which is a comic book run from 2005 to 2012, includes That Day's Marvel Zombies 2 to 5, Return, Supreme, Destroy, and Halloween. These are all little titles of comic books. So we have also crossovers: Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness and Age of Ultron vs. Marvel Zombies. Resurrection series 2019 to 2020, modern reboot with new emotional depth. So spin-offs: Zombies Assemble manga style, Marvel Zombies 2018, and Battle Worlds tie-ins. Each series explores different infected heroes, alternate Earths, and the moral collapse of once noble icons. So the key characters, obviously, in this brand new, run. So we have Zombie Avengers, Captain America, aka Colonel America. We have Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, and Wolverine. You have survivors. We have Magneto, Black Panther, and Wasp. Briefly. Villains turned heroes: Deadpool, Morbius, and Machine Man in later arcs. Galactus consumed by zombies, giving them cosmic powers. Holy shit. Yeah, Marvel Zombies Galactus is a force to be reckoned with. We have Blade Knight, obviously a new twist introduced in the upcoming animated series. Watch from Blade to Namor. Here's every character that appeared in, obviously, the brand new trailer. So adaptations and MCU connections. Marvel's What If from 2021, episode 5 introduces a zombified MCU with Wanda, Iron Man, and others affected. Upcoming Disney Plus series 2025, a TVMA, so I guess this is age appropriate for children, animated show featuring Blade Knight, or I guess a Blade version of Moon Knight, or a Moon Knight version of Blade. It's kind of interesting. Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, and the zombified Hawkeye, Namor, and Abomination. So obviously, there are a couple other characters that will be included. Obviously, like Aquafina's character from Shang-Chi. But the most notable ones are like Miss Marvel and Shang-Chi. Like, how the hell are they going to survive them? Like, Shang-Chi literally, fights people. I mean, he's not really well, I would say, protected for like zombies, right? Iron Man can fly, right? Iron Man can escape these zombies, and so can Spider-Man. I mean, he can shoot his webs and just whip away, right? But anyway, multiverse infection theory. The virus spreads across realities via dimensional portals, first seen in Ultimate Fantastic Four. Galactus theory. Zombies consume Galactus and gain his power, leading to cosmic level destruction. Doctor Strange variant theory. Some fans believe Strange's variants in Multiverse of Madness are tied to the zombieverse. Alright, interesting. Full story and timeline recaps. So, Marvel Zombies is more than gore. It's tragic, philosophically look at power, hunger, and identity. Obviously, I guess that's really interesting, right? The most obviously notable character in this brand new trailer was Spider-Man. The thing is, Spider-Man appeared in the What If series, but like already a lot of you guys know, Spider-Man is owned by Disney. That's why, owned by Sony, sorry. That's why there are no Spider-Man films on Disney Plus, or at least in Europe here, they aren't. I believe there are 2 Spider-Man films on Netflix, like The Amazing Spider-Man, which is really interesting. But Zombie Spider-Man is one of the most tragic and complex figures in the Marvel Zombies universe. His arc is a haunting blend of guilt, heroism, and horror that spans multiple comic series and alternate realities. So, origin of infection. Earth 2149. This is the primary universe where the Marvel Zombies saga unfolds. Infection point. Peter Parker is bitten by a zombified Colonel America, or Captain America, shortly after trying to save Aunt May and Mary Jane. tragic turn. Overcome by the hunger, he devours both of them, his last remaining loved ones, obviously Aunt May and Mary Jane. Unlike most infected heroes, Spider-Man retains fragments of his consciousness. He is tormented by the memory of killing Aunt May and MJ, often expressing regret and self-loathing. This guilt sets him apart from other zombies, who embrace their monstrous nature. We were heroes, and we returned to find living people here, with families. We can do this. I won't let you, Zombie Spider-Man, he said. So, after devouring the Silver Surfer, Spider-Man and other zombies gain cosmic powers, including the ability to survive in space. They later consume Galactus, becoming the Zombie Galacti, or Galactus, and traveling the universe for 40 years, devouring entire planets. That's really interesting. The brand new animated show might touch upon that because obviously Galactus was seen in the Fantastic Four, I suppose, film, but obviously people say that Galactus is the only version of himself in the entire multiverse, which is kind of weird. I don't really think that's true, but you know, there are people that say those things, and no, I'm skeptic about that. But anyway, so I think if they were obviously to use that story, Galactus might obviously be sent to the zombified universe. But I think that's a really interesting gimmick, I suppose. Like eating Silver Surfer, eating Galactus, maybe eating Ego, the living planet. I'm not quite sure. That's where they get celestial powers. Or like eating a celestial, right? That's really interesting. In Marvel Zombies Return, Spider-Man is displaced to Earth 91126, a new reality. He ultimately betrays his fellow zombies, refusing to let the plague spread further. He fights against Giant Man's plan to use humans as breeding stock and helps stop the infection from crossing into another universe. So Spider-Man is eventually killed by the Forge and Black Panther, who are trying to end the zombie threat once and for all. Retains all classic Spider-Man powers: agility, strength, wall crawling, and web slinging. Obviously, in the What If series, we saw that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, had the the cape of Doctor Strange, and that's how he could fly. But I'm not quite sure. In What If 2021, like I said, Spider-Man appears as a survivor trying to hold the team together. In the upcoming Marvel Zombies animated series 2025, he's expected to play a more brutal, action-heavy role, depicting zombies. I think decapitating zombies with his webs. Zombie Spider-Man is a rare case of a monster who remembers what it meant to be a hero. His arc is a meditation on guilt, identity, and desperate hope for redemption, even when the world is literally falling apart. That's really interesting. He's one of the characters that we saw, obviously, in brand new trailer. Obviously, I think I'm most excited to see, like, new characters, like Blade Moon Knight, or Moon Knight Blade, or Blade Knight, or Moonblade, that's a really interesting name, actually. So Moonblade, yeah. Because we saw like Khonshu and his reflection of his sword, which I thought was really amazing. They should try to use those things, those details in the upcoming Moon Knight season. And dudes, I love Moon Knight. I just want the season 2 too, and I can't bloody wait to see Blade in this brand new Marvel Zombie series, because his film is they're trying to plan that stuff. They've been trying to plan that stuff obviously for years, and I just hope everything comes out great. But yeah, I guess that's really pretty much it, right? I think the 2025 Marvel Zombies animated series on Disney Plus is bringing a star-studded lineup of MCU veterans and fresh faces into blood-soaked survival horror twists. So obviously, let's see the character and the casts. The characters, so there we go. These characters are fighting to survive in a post-apocalyptic world overrun by zombie-fied Avengers. We have Florence Pugh, made the GOAT as Yelena Belova. I love her. Hailey Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, great. Awesome, she's also great. Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, great. Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. Dominic Thorne as Ironheart, that's really interesting. Awkwafina as Katie from Shang-Chi. David Harbour as Red Guardian, yeah, we also saw him in the brand new trailer. Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, that's an interesting choice. We have Randall Park as Jimmy Woo. White Russell as US Agent. Todd Williams as Blade Knight. New version of Blade, distinct from Marshall Ali's portrayal. So I thought Marshall Ali was going to play Moon Knight Blade here too, but okay, never mind. These fan favorite characters have turned into grotesque flesh-eating versions of themselves. Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch, Borat as Ant-Man, Abomination, Ghost, Okoye, and Icarus from Eternals. Oh, that's also a very nice inclusion. Damn, another Eternal, finally, after all these years, are also confirmed to appear in zombified or survivor forms. We have behind the scenes, obviously, the showrunner is Brian Andrews, writer is Zab Wells, executive producers Kevin Feige, Louis Despacito, Brad Winderbaum, and more. Rated TVMA, Marvel's first animated series with graphic violence and mature themes. Oh, okay. But it's still appropriate for like 13-year-olds, right? Because obviously most Marvel, shows and films are rated PG, right? But except for Deadpool and Wolverine, that was rated R, and I guess yeah, the other Deadpool films too. And I hope Blade is going to be R rated too, because that could be really really cool. I don't think Moon Knight is R rated, or any other live action show. No, I think that's pretty much it. So this is the first TVMA kind of rating. So there we go. I think that's the same rating as Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, right? TVMA. Is that the same thing? I'm not quite sure. I could be wrong here. This cast brings emotional depth, action chops, and horror graffitis I think, to one of Marvel's boldest animated experiments yet. So, alright. That's really, really interesting. I'm really hyped for this brand new show. It looks so damn cool, and it looks like one hell of a lot of fun. Because, zombies and Marvel characters, I can't wait to see who will die, who will survive, which characters will be back, as like cameos or whatever. Maybe Iron Man is just also gone, or maybe he will appear as like another zombie, right? But I think this is going to be a great new series, and a lot of people have been hyped for it. Obviously, they introduced us in 2021 or 2021 to this brand new first looks, these brand new first looks for Marvel Zombies, and now obviously 4 years later we actually got the series, which is quite weird. But I guess hopefully the series will be good, and hopefully people will still remember that, because I mean, some shows, like obviously I watched the Eyes of Wakanda recently. That was pretty alright. It was not the best thing ever made, but it was quite enjoyable, because there were like other stories that we hadn't seen yet. But obviously we also had Ironheart, and yeah, I thought that was okay, not great, but that was okay. I really liked that Mephisto was in that show, and as a Marvel fan myself, I still really admire Marvel, but yeah, I'm starting to get on that DC train right now, because whatever James Gunn makes, I'm all for it, man. And maybe I'm a bit biased, but I think James Gunn does his job, and Marvel obviously does their job too. But some of those things are kind of a hit or miss, but whatever. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of this video, and obviously of the trailer, and what your thoughts will be on the brand new series. So alright, ladies and gentlemen, I will check you later. Goodbye.
Whoa, that's how you do that then.
Wow.